hope you're well and having a lovely day. Please could you write the date and the title? The title is Macbeth, Lesson 9, The Great Chain of Being, Act 3, Scene 1. So for your do now, I would like you to answer the questions on the slide. Please could you read through them and answer them in your books. So 1. Banquo is struggling to sleep. 2. Macbeth is not a friend to Banquo at this point, as he is deceiving his ally by plotting to kill the king. 3. I think not of them. 4. He believes his vision is a result of a fever. 5. Blood. 6. Macbeth realizes the dagger isn't real, so we know he is sound of mind, sane, when he does eventually kill Duncan. And 7. Macbeth wishes for silence so no one can hear his whereabouts. Make sure you have the correct answers written down in your book. Once again, could you read through these questions and answer them in your book? So 1. Lady Macbeth has consumed alcohol. 2. Lady Macbeth says Duncan looked like her father as he slept. 3. Malcolm and Donalbain are praying. 4. He fears to be punished by God. 5. Macbeth brings the daggers with him. 6. Both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth will be consumed by guilt. 7. Macbeth and Lady Macbeth hear someone knocking at the door. And 8. Lady Macbeth says they should go to bed and pretend they've been sleeping. Again, check your answers, make sure you have the right ones written down. So our big questions for today: how does Duncan's murder affect the chain of being? What is the relationship between Banquo and Macbeth like in Act 3, Scene 1? So Macbeth is king, but is all well. Ross and an old man talk about the darkness and unnaturalness of events that mirror Duncan's murder. The sun is obscured, owls kill falcons, and Duncan's horses eat each other. On the surface, the purpose of this scene seems to be simply to inform the audience of recent events. But look closer. Ross is a thane of high-ranking nobleman who seems to be mocking an old man. Also, he claims that he saw Duncan's horses eat each other. But do you think this is true? What reason might Ross have for lying about such an event? Also, there's a scene summary that I would like you to watch. By the end of Act 2, it is possible to view Macbeth in a number of different ways. Which of the interpretations below do you think is most valid? Choose one and write down your reasoning, using quotations to support you if you can. So pause the video please to do that now. So we're going to read the first part of Act 3, Scene 1. In this scene, you're going to meet Banquo, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. Banquo, alone, voices his suspicion that Macbeth killed Duncan, and he reflects on the witch's prophecy that his own heirs will rule. Macbeth, now king, arrives. He learns that Banquo proposes to go horseback riding with his son Fleance, and he insists that they will return in time for the evening meal. Banquo leaves, and Macbeth plans his murder, lest the witch's prophecy come true. Again, could you watch the scene summary? Please could you answer these comprehension questions in your book now? And could you summarise the first part of this scene in no more than 3 bullet points? Okay, and could you check your answers to the comprehension questions? They're on the slide now. So this is Banquo's soliloquy. I'll let you to read it through and consider how is Banquo different to Macbeth, jotting down your answer in your book. Think back to Act 1, Scene 3, where Banquo and Macbeth met the witches and reacted differently. Once again, we see Banquo as a contrast to Macbeth. Banquo is passive, and ready to accept his fate. If it is predestined, then it will happen. In contrast, Macbeth wants to actively interfere with fate to ensure that his prophecies come true. He is playing God, a dangerous thing to do. What I'd like you to do is read through what's on the left and then answer the questions on the slide. Pause the video to do this now. Please could you check your answers, which are now on the slide. Okay, next what I'd like you to do is write a short summary of this information in your book. So write a subheading, The Great Chain of Being, read through it, and then write a summary. So the last thing I'd like you to do is copy out the big questions, those are the ones in red, and then answer the smaller questions beneath them and submit your answers to ClassCharts. So pause the video and do that now. And that brings us to the end of today's lesson. Thank you very much for all your hard work, and I look forward to speaking to you next time.